Ko ngā pito kōrero o te wā, tonight on Metro News.
The New Zealand Blood Bank is urging more people to donate.
A Ukrainian ballet group takes to the New Zealand stage.
And Ara fashion students repurpose plastic daffodils.
Kia ora tautahi and welcome to Metro News.
A program brought to you by the students of the New Zealand Broadcasting School.
You may be surprised to learn less than 3% of Kiwis donate blood. And according to the New Zealand Blood Service, that isn't enough to keep up with demand. Emily O'Hagan has been looking into the problem and joins us now. Emily.
Because of the shortage, the New Zealand Blood Service is urging Kiwis to start donating and warn if there isn't enough, then lives will be at risk. They say volunteers are crucial and each donation helps save 3 lives. Donating for the good of the country.
Well, it's this little thing I can do to help out. I know they need lots of blood and plasma.
Now I'm up to 230, so I hope to get to 300.
But the New Zealand Blood Service needs more donor heroes like Graham and Joe.
So nationally we've got 117,000 donors who are regular active donors, but as a country we actually need 40,000 new donors to add to this number in order for us to meet demand.
And it's not just blood they need.
So right now we're in an unusual situation. For the first time this year we need more plasma donations than blood donations, but they're both equally important.
Plasma is required for trauma, burns and shock patients and those with clotting problems. Some people aren't eligible to donate, and this can be due to medical conditions, medications or even being in the UK during mad cow disease. This can make it challenging for the blood service to gain more donors.
I work full time and I've got a family and I struggle to find that time, but they do have early morning donation spots, but they get booked up and you just have to plan a little bit for that and book ahead of time.
The service desperately needs more donors with A positive and O positive blood. At present, fewer than 3% of Kiwis donate.
Really, it's just a simple thing to do. Giving blood takes an hour. You're in and out in an hour. For plasma, it's an hour and a half. And you absolutely are helping to save a life when you do it.
It may not be for everyone, but give it a try if you can, because it does help people.
Staff are so lovely and you feel so comfortable here, and I almost come here just to have a rest, to be honest.
And the bonus on your way out, a cup of tea and a nice biscuit. If you are interested in donating, the Blood Service is encouraging you to take the online eligibility quiz, which involves answering questions about your medical history. If that goes well, make an appointment by calling the call centre, or you can use the donor app.
Thank you, Emily. Traditional Māori healing is proving so popular, those providing the treatment have had to find bigger premises. It involves healing with hands to reduce stress and anxiety. Hayley Taite-Pitama finds out more.
A new home for Te Ara Tiatia.
Through community demand and everything else, we ended up having to get a space just so we could not run it in our family home. In this new space we've got like 3 treatment rooms and one in a space, so it's working out a lot better.
Māori esoteric knowledge has been held sacred for thousands of years, and Ruatou was given these teachings by prominent East Coast tohunga Papa Hohepa Delamere.
I just really love seeing the change in people. Like, you just see the change in them and it just makes everything that you're doing just worthwhile. We get people from all over the world, coming through these doors, even people from the Muslim community.
Te Ara Tiatia provides a really safe landing space for clients.
At first, they usually don't know what to expect, but most end the experience relaxed and wanting to go back.
And we do locate with our client blockages that are stored in their body and help them shift it, but also the intergenerational trauma that a lot of us carry. I mean, the ultimate goal is that they don't require to come anymore.
As a family, it's soulful, it connects with us, and it's just really beautiful. It's a beautiful place to be.
Every Wednesday night, Te Ara Tiatia open up their doors to the community, and it is you who chooses the price of your treatment by giving a koha, a donation.
It's cheap and affordable, and there's lots of ways you can give koha even if you haven't got any money.
Sometimes you have more money and you can give more, and sometimes you just don't have, but you need help. So it makes it affordable for everybody.
Demand for the treatment's taken off so much that Ruato and wife Hana are holding wānanga workshops to train more people in the art. Hayley, Taite-Pitama, MetroNews.
For many, music lessons may seem like an expensive after-school luxury. However, as I discovered, a new initiative led by a 21-year-old pianist aims to change that. The stage is set. International concert pianist Leishan Zane's tickling the ivories and pulling at pockets, hoping concert proceeds will help more kids play music.
More than often, a lot of the really talented kids come from actually underprivileged backgrounds. So I don't want them to miss out on something that is really valuable and they can actually do something with just because their parents can't afford it.
Music lessons can be a costly commitment. This show is one of many in the lineup, aiming to raise at least $50,000 altogether. This event comes at a great time during New Zealand Music Month, a time to celebrate the music coming out of Aotearoa and for the people who create it. All going well, this event and ones to follow will hopefully hold the keys for Kiwi kids creating more magical music. Leishan explains how music benefits the brain and allows kids to develop a good commitment. The program's named after piano teacher Neville Beard. It's easy to access, designed to help as many budding young musicians as possible.
They apply, they come to our Tone's website and they can send us an email, we'll ask them some questions and then we'll just get them linked up with a teacher and they can hit the road running.
This performance also kicks off the Rising Stars concert series, held in the Arts Centre's Great Hall, a series Leishan has played in from the age of 11, a decade ago.
He's always been a great giver and always thought of the next students coming on.
Now, he's sharing the spotlight, encouraging the next generation to succeed. Michaela Wright, Metro News.
And other fashion students have been given the challenge of repurposing 20,000 daffodils. They're not real, of course, but the Plastic Cancer Society ones. Sam Weir has been checking out the project.
The fate of 20,000 daffodils has been left in the hands of the brightest up-and-coming fashion designers.
The Art and Design Department at Ara have taken on the responsibility to repurpose these. We're going to find a solution for all parts of the daffodil.
The first-year class is tasked with finding a sustainable use for the flowers.
Every time you wash one of these fabrics, the microfibres are released and they go into the waterways. And of course, being plastics, polyester is a plastic, nylon is a plastic, they don't break down.
The students are buzzing with enthusiasm. And some already have ideas set to bloom.
My idea is kind of like a little top. So I want to utilise kind of the silhouette of the flower, the petals and the trumpet. How the flower is kind of like a dress or skirt, and then the top.
I went to a daffodil ball last year that some friends hosted, and I thought if they did something like that every year, it'd be quite cool to have the daffodils as a photo wall, and then I guess the Cancer Society could use that for other events.
I'm thinking about trying to make it into like a korowai, because I myself am Māori and I've tried making korowais before and I really enjoy it.
Bronte's already come up with a prototype. There's potential that some of the designs could be used to fundraise for the society in the future. What looks like a mountain now could be on the runway tomorrow. Sam Weir, Metro News.
E whai ake nei. Coming up next, we look at how fuel prices have skyrocketed over the last 5 years, and we discover the perks of visiting your local veggie market.
Welcome to the Girl Boss Office 2.0. Can we do that again? Yeah, that was fun.
My name's Jack Haldane and I am the 2023 Metro News Production Manager. I normally arrive at broadcasting school at probably around 8:30. The first half an hour is just making sure the vehicles are ready for the journalists to go. So that just involves moving them from various aspects of the ARA campus. But that's kind of my main morning job, getting those cars ready. From there, I kind of go through all the emails from overnight, respond to any that are urgent. Mornings are a lot of just journalists coming to see the production office to talk about various shoots and edits, that sort of thing.
So I'm Yanni, I am the Field Production Coordinator for MetroNews 2023. So I usually come in probably around 8:45 every morning. Come in and usually there's a few camera op requests, which is just what the journos fill out for when they want their camera op to go out and shoot with them. And then I usually just look at my schedules, look at my emails, see if any of the journalists have to update me on anything in terms of timing, stories have changed or anything like that. Honestly, I love my camera op, they're like my children. So, I just tell them, I message them, I was like, hey team, you're doing great. If you need anything, just call me, message me. I'm here, I just let them know that I'm here for them whenever they need me.
My name is Bronte and I am the Edit Production Coordinator for MetroNews 2023. Day-to-day life for me looks like first things first, wake up, go to MetroMart, get myself a V, come into school, sit around waiting for some edit forms really, because the journos have to go through Yanni first with the cam op requests. I normally just do the other little jobs around the prod office that can help out, and then once I've got my edit forms, then I start scheduling. We never complain here in the production office. We love what we do. It actually is really fun, and we have a lot of fun, the three of us, and people come and visit us in our little corner and hang out and do their work, and it's fun.
No mai anō, welcome back. There's pain at the pump for many Kiwi motorists as they struggle with the rising cost of filling up their cars. Freddie Wilkie looks at just how much prices have increased, and he joins us now. Freddie.
There are a lot of factors affecting prices. Now, experts say COVID was one of the biggest, causing supply chain issues around the world. They also say the Ukraine conflict has had an effect. Regardless, whatever the reasons, motorists are still finding it tough. Inflation's on the rise, and so are fuel prices. For motorists, it's an ordeal having to fill up. Prices vary from station to station, fluctuating by as much as 30 cents a litre in different parts of Christchurch.
In terms of the lift in fuel prices over the last few years, it's not a surprise. We know in terms of some of the factors around the conflict in the Ukraine, a lower New Zealand exchange rate, and international refining costs as well for diesel in particular have pushed up prices across the board. So, largely as I would have expected.
Data obtained from Stats NZ shows just how much the cost of 10 litres of fuel has risen in the last 5 years. Taking a look at the March quarter of 2018, 91 was sitting at $20. The premium fuels, 95 and 98, were at $21.50, and diesel was at $13. Now moving 5 years later to the March quarter of 2023, 91 is at $24.50. That's an increase of 22%. 95 and 98 are at a tad over $26, a jump of 24%. And diesel saw the biggest hike to $22. That's a rise of over 70%. With the rise in inflation, Kiwis up and down the country are also feeling the pinch at the pump.
Expensive, yeah.
It's pretty expensive. Bad for my pocket, but good for the environment.
Well, it's what it is, isn't it?
In spite of general gloom, reassurance is on the horizon.
Potentially economic growth is just going to be a bit softer around the rest of the world over the next 12 to 18 months, and that means not as much sort of demand for energy from industry.
Which hopefully means cheaper prices at the pump. Whilst Gareth is expecting prices to settle, he does warn fuel is one of the most difficult commodities to predict because it is so volatile. Now, interestingly, some motorists say, whilst it's bad for their pocket, it might mean that people drive their cars less, which will be good for the environment.
Thank you, Freddie. Also rising, the cost of fresh produce. Over the last year, the price of fruit and vegetables has increased by 22%. As Tallis Pritchard reports, it may pay to shop around and visit your local farmers market.
It's business as usual here at Hogarth's Farmers Market, local and tourist alike hunting for fresh, affordable homegrown produce. As prices soar, these markets could be a solution for Kiwis wanting their 5+ a day. With the cost of living taking its toll throughout the country on veggie prices, could keeping it local in places like this be what Kiwis are looking for moving forward? I talked to one veggie grower who seems to think so.
Yeah, because I pretty much picked like either the day before or a couple of days before the market.
According to Stats New Zealand, the price of vegetables has increased by 22% in the last year. Melissa says products here are not only fresher, but generally cheaper.
For example, we've got fresh strawberries, and in the supermarkets at the moment they're really expensive and really bad.
Here on the vegetable front, a good sized pumpkin goes for just $5.50. Fresh and cheap seems to draw the crowds.
Really good audience around 2010 roughly, and it's just got consistently stronger since then. And we have a very loyal following now, a regular customer base.
Markets like this also tick the sustainable box.
And if you want to walk the talk and be ethical and sustainable and all that sort of stuff, right? You actually care about your health and care about the planet, then the farmers markets are the place.
The message from the Ahoka Farmers Market is clear. Come along, buy local and support your community. Tallis Pritchard, MetroNews.
A Ukrainian ballet group is travelling the world, spreading a message of peace. The Grand Kyiv Ballet has had a long, hard struggle to go on tour, but as Katie Oliver reports, they're raising money for those fighting back home.
From dancing in a war zone in Ukraine to Europe, America, and now New Zealand. Preparing for this tour wasn't easy. The stage set, costumes and rehearsals were done by candlelight as Russian bombing left the city without power.
I guess many people from Ukraine lost everything, home, career, name.
A few days after Kiev was invaded last year, they started a charity tour to raise money for the war effort. Ballet became their weapon of choice, dancing their way of fighting back.
These dancers have been rehearsing for months. Their mission? To show the indestructible spirit of the Ukraine.
For lead dancer Viktor Tomashek, everything changed when the Russians invaded.
I buy apartment with my wife. We building our life. We think about our future. All change in one moment.
For Mia Nagasawa, this tour means leaving her Ukrainian husband and children behind. But it's a chance to show off the culture of Ukraine to the world.
It is very important for us and for Ukraine. Thank you very much, Kiev Grand Ballet, for giving me this chance.
For both Victor and Mia, quitting is not an option.
Because I have family, I have son and I have wife, and I must work because, of course, I need money.
While the war is raging back in Ukraine, for the Grand Kyiv Ballet Troupe, the show must go on. Katie Oliver, MetroNews.
It's a game worth waiting for, with two of Canterbury's top football teams set to go head-to-head in a fortnight. As Sam Coughlan reports, the clash could determine this season's champions.
Christchurch United, defending South Island champions, winning on goal difference on the final day last year when they could have sealed it earlier.
We had such disappointment the weekend before losing to Tech when we were hoping to win it on that day, and the odds were stacked against us a bit, so to do that like we did on the final day was definitely exciting.
Tech is Cashmere Technical, perennial champions who had won 9 years in a row before last season, and they're aiming to win it back.
We do look at them like, at the moment, they are the champions, so we are looking for that, not revenge, but almost that title back.
United sit first in the Southern League with 7 wins from as many games to give them 21 points. Tech, on the other hand, are second with 5 wins, a draw and a loss to sit on 16 points. The teams will face off in 2 weeks in what's shaping up to be a mouth-watering clash.
It's been a good start for them. I guess they haven't lost a game, undefeated, so obviously they're the champions for a reason. They've got a good team.
United, however, won't be resting on their laurels.
I mean,
Cash Tech are still the team down in this area. They've won numerous Chatham Cups, numerous leagues. We won the league for the first time in 25, 26 odd years last year. So we're kind of, with the newcomers, just trying to shake things up a little bit down here.
But are the teams looking ahead to the match at the end of the month?
Yeah, we kind of just take each game as it comes.
We got to take each game as it comes.
We take each match as it comes.
But there's no doubting this match will go a long way towards deciding the fate of the season. Sam Coughlan, Metro News.
And now for weather. It was a sunny day in Taite, reaching a high of 13. Cantabrians can expect a clear evening, going down to an overnight low of 2. Tomorrow will be another fine day with a high of 16 degrees.
That's all for Metro News tonight.
And for more stories, head over to our website, metronews.co.nz, or you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram or TikTok.
We'll be back tomorrow. Ko Michaela Wright aho.
Ko Layla Bailey-McDowell aho. Thank you for joining us.
Mā te wā o tō tahi.